I'm Jinhua Zhao, Associate Professor of City and Transportation Planning at MIT. I study behavior science and transportation technology, try to bring the two together in order to shape travel behavior and design interesting transportation systems. So I study how people move, and why people move, right? Particularly look at the emotional and social aspect of people's motivation, right? People move because they want to reduce the travel time or lower the travel cost, but also they may often use transportation as a way to express themselves, right? To demonstrate their social status, have some people were concerned about the environment and therefore try to find a lot more sustainable way of travel. Right? Among you mentioned Jason J, who runs the sustainability initiative. I run the mobility initiative, and we two actually try to collaborate in order to decarbonize the urban mobility system. We'll start with the first one, what I call the multimodal mobility system design. Right? Each of us have a very different expectation for travel, right? We will have different needs, the distance, the capacity, the directness, the convenience, but no single transportation mode can satisfy all these desires by itself, right? For example, public transit is very good to provide high throughput, therefore reduce congestion, reduce CO2 emission, but it does not respond to individual preferences, and it cannot move around more responsibly. While individual mode, like for example car or autonomous vehicle, they can be very responsive, can deal with the scattered demand, but they typically cannot provide high capacity. Right? So my research is try to bring these new mobility technologies like autonomous vehicles, shared vehicles, this micro mobility like scooters, e-bikes, but integrate them together with the public transportation system. So we have a multimodal mobility system that brings people the best service. For example, we've been doing this in Singapore and Linde, the two cases. The one case in Singapore is to say, if you look at Singapore has a very good subway system there, right? And in one of the subway station called Temporane, and it serves a large kind of neighborhood there, right? Many people either walk to the station or take the bus to the station. But we designed a system so that we can have certain buses. Let me back up a little bit. There's actually 15 bus routes serving that train station, right? And we designed a system that we maintained half of the bus routes with a high capacity that still provide the direct service, but the second half, which serve a very low amount of demand. So we repurpose those bus routes so that they can have a direct service to the station while use the autonomous vehicle on demand to serve the scattered demand, right? So that's one example how to bring the high capacity public transit and the more responsive low capacity shared autonomous vehicle together to serve the local need there.